Let me tell you who this content is not for. If you're chasing clout, if you're chasing followers, influence, or maybe you're a political party, or you're an entertainment channel where your revenue is dependent on YouTube ad revenue and brand deals and sponsorships, then this video is probably not for you. So you might be asking, who is this for then? Let me tell you. If you are a business owner and you have a product or a service, meaning it can be an info product or any kind of asset, a digital asset that you sell, or it can be a physical product. On the other hand, it can be a service where you are a complete done for you service or a done with you service, which also has a coaching element to it, or you offer coaching as a standalone service. So if you fall into the second category, this video is absolute gold for you, because the biggest problem with YouTube is that most people are trying to teach you how to get views, but no one is actually teaching you how to get clients. Even though you don't get as many views as you wish to have, your videos don't have to get 1 million views for you to make $1 million a month or $10 million a month, okay? You just have to reach your potential prospects in the most efficient way possible. And if you can actually figure that out, if you can actually crack that part of your business, client acquisition becomes a piece of cake. Before we begin, I want you to lock in, because if you cannot watch a 10 to 15 minute video without getting distracted or clicking off to another video because this video didn't offer enough dopamine, you're not gonna make your business work, okay? This is serious stuff and I'm gonna actually solve it for you, so pay attention. So this idea came about when I was coaching a client of mine and she asked me, gee, how do I actually approach YouTube as a business owner on YouTube as a small channel? One day I try this, another day I watch this YouTube channel and I do this, one day I buy a course and this guru tells me to do this. I don't know, my mind is stretched in different directions when it comes to content, and everyone seems to have an opinion, and I don't have a firm grasp of how to approach content. That's a valid challenge. Like, it's an issue, it's a valid problem that most business creators face. How do you approach YouTube and get the right clients without burning out, without having to follow everything that these gurus preach? Something might have worked for that one particular person and he's trying to package that and sell it, but it's not gonna work for everyone. I set out on a journey to actually find something that works, applies to all scenarios across all businesses. And I found a fundamental principle that most people overlook. It's the foundation of marketing. So this is foundation of marketing. If you understand this, content creation becomes effortless. Let's assume we own a car wash company. We're gonna actually apply this marketing principle for that car wash company that we own, okay? We are business partners. In this video, you and I are business partners. So we own a car wash and we have to market and get clients for that car wash company. So how do we do that? Number one, you need to understand 5 levels of customer awareness. You need to think about it like how aware your clients are, or the potential clients are, about not just the problem, but the solution and the product that we offer, okay? There are 3 things. They should be aware of the problem, then they need to be aware of the solution, and then finally they should be aware of our product. If that happens, they come to our company, they come to our shop, and they leave their car for washing. They give us their business. When you're trying to generate demand for your offer on YouTube, you should be obsessing over 3 metrics, okay? It's not likes, it's not views, it's not comments, it's not shares, none of that. You should be thinking about these 3 metrics. So number 1, audience alignment. The content that you create should be aligned with your ideal client profile, or the dream client, the customer avatar. So whatever you make should make sense to that audience, to that person who's gonna actually end up purchasing your products. So it should make sense to them. Number 2, leads generated and their quality. So how many leads you get from the content and their quality. So how do you measure the quality of a lead? That's where the 3rd metric comes in. The 3rd metric that you should be obsessing over is sales. With the sales, how do you identify lead quality? Let's say we own a car wash company, right? Whenever a customer calls us, if they're not inquiring about the car wash, then that's a bad lead, because you decided to post something that is not aligned with your audience. Now, someone from a different pool of customers or audience is blending in with your high quality pool of customers or audience on YouTube. So if you let other audience infiltrate your subscribers, then YouTube gets confused about you. Okay, who is he trying to target now? One day he's trying to, do a vlog, going to all these destinations. One day he's talking about this product. One day he's talking about conspiracy theories. Who should I show his content to? So YouTube get confused. That's why I said in the beginning, this content is not for you if you are an entertainment channel or a reaction channel or someone who's chasing just followers and views. That's not what this video is about. If you are a business owner, you have to be sensible. With that being said, now let's dive into something called Schwartz Levels of Awareness. So Eugene Schwartz wrote a book called Breakthrough Advertising. And in this book, he explains how to market and get the right clients for your business. And he breaks down 5 levels of customers, and you need to nurture each customer to get to the last level. The first level of awareness is that customers are not even aware that they have a problem. So let me explain this with our own car wash company. If we are trying to target someone, there will be a certain percentage of people who don't own a car but are actually aiming or aspiring to buy a car, but they do not know yet that they have to wash their car on a frequent basis, on a schedule, so that they can keep their car clean. Customers who are trying to buy the car are not thinking about car wash, okay? So they are in the first level. They are unaware of the problem. They don't even know that they have to wash the car. I mean, they see other people washing their cars, but they haven't personally encountered having a car and having to wash it every week when it gets dirty, but they haven't firsthand felt the inconvenience of washing the car themselves or having to wash the car. It's a problem. They're not even aware of the problem if they haven't bought the car yet. So we need to show them content that they can relate to, okay? We could show different types of cars. We could show car comparisons. We could show which car is easy to wash, or slightly getting them familiarized with car wash and our brand, but totally keeping it at the top level so that most people who are aspiring car owners can relate to. Okay, that's first level of awareness. They are not even aware of the problem. So number 2, they are now aware of the problem. So this is how it goes. Somebody buys the car, they happily take the car around, take it for a spin, use the car for a few days, and then quickly come to realize that they have to wash the car because it gets dirty very, very fast. This problem has an emotional weight on their psyche that their RAS, meaning reticular activating system, turns on. This is a system in your brain that triggers you to actually look for solutions for your problems. It's the same effect when you go out and you spot your favorite car like 10 times in the same day in different areas, but your friends and family didn't even recognize those cars, but your brain noticed those cars because it's your favorite car. It's because your brain activated the reticular activating system. It kind of made you pay attention to the solution, if that makes sense. So when people enter this phase, RAS turns on. They start to look for solutions for their problems. This is when you come in. So the next phase is that they become aware of the solution. People look for solutions according to their financial state and free time, okay? People who have a lot of free time but less resources, financial resources, or maybe people who want to just wash their car just for the fun of it, they would go for DIY solutions, okay? They would look for the right products, right pump, the pressure washer, everything, right? They will go for it. So those people might be more interested in buying those products to wash the car themselves. So they value their money more than the time. So those people are not our ideal audience. Maybe in the future, but they are not our ideal audience. The second one, or the people who value their time, maybe they are working professionals or they own a business and they don't have enough time to wash their cars, they will end up finding that car wash companies are the best solution for this problem. So what they do, they bring their car to the car wash company. So this is where it gets clear. People understand or become aware of the solution, okay? They become aware what is the right solution for their problem, okay? Once they do that, now they look for people or the companies who offer that solution, okay? This is where they get to the next phase. This is where they become aware of the product. The moment they search for the best car wash company or the car wash company near me or the car wash services, they get bombarded with ads on YouTube, on Google, wherever they search, because YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google, all these companies, and even if you visit some websites, they gather cookies so that they know that you are actually looking for the solution, looking for car wash companies. So your data will be transferred across the internet, and all the advertisers now know that you are in the market for a car wash company. You want to wash your car. Everyone knows that. They don't personally know your email ID and everything, but all these big companies know that data, and people would run ads to target you. So in our case, we own the car wash company, right? So we're the ones running the ads or creating content for the people who wanna wash their cars. This is the most interesting phase because they are actually desperate to solve their problem as soon as possible. This is where they start to go on social media and they get hit with all the reels regarding car wash companies, regarding the car wash, different techniques and everything, and what kind of car wash each company offers or they're in the market. And they go to Google and search for how to choose the best car wash company, what to look for when choosing the car wash company, all that. So they start to do this. They ask their friends who already own a car. This is the research phase for them. They compare everything, all the products, all the alternatives in the market. This is where you get to choose your customer wisely, because you could choose to be the cheapest option, you could choose to be the fastest option, or you could choose to be the most convenient. Maybe you go to their house and wash their car for them. You could do a pickup and drop service where they don't have to spend any time, who are willing to pay a little more premium for that. Or you could be the most safest and the most high quality premium exclusive service out there for supercars. So it doesn't matter, but you need to pick your clients or customer avatar perfectly. You need to pick it wisely so that it fits your business strategy. If your strategy is volume, going for the cheapest car wash out there and the fastest, then your strategy might be different, right? Your way of targeting these people is now very clear. Okay, I don't want the premium clients. My goal is to get clients who need the car wash done quickly. They don't care about quality. They're not concerned about if something happens to their car. I mean, nothing would happen to their car, but if you own a $2 million car, you wouldn't go to the regular car wash, right? So you would actually look for an expert who washes supercars, who cleans and details supercars. With that being said, you get to pick who you work with in this space. So not in this space, but with content, you choose who to create content for, if that makes sense. So that's it. That's the fourth phase. They become the most aware. That's the final phase in the levels of awareness. Their awareness is at the maximum. They're the most aware. They know the problem, they know the solution, they know the alternatives and all the products in the market, they know the features, they know the price and everything. They've done their due diligence. They've already at this point made up their mind on who to go with. They chose one or two car wash companies, ours and maybe someone else's. If we had done a good job, we would have been in the top 2 list in their preferences. Now, in the most aware state, they just need a little nudge to make the purchase, to bring the car to our car wash company or to the next. So at this stage, if our competitor, if they offer a discount or a promo, they run a promotion and they target that customer and they offer probably 20% for the first 3 car washes, then that customer is more incentivized to go to our competitor than to us. So we have a moral obligation to promote our products or promote our service, right? That's why promotion is extremely important. You need to market and promote your brand, your business, or else your competition is gonna snatch people who are in this most aware stage. So here's the math. Out of every 100 people, 3 people might be in the most aware stage. Just 3% would be in the most aware stage. So if you target them at the right time, you don't even have to sell. You just have to show them your product or your ad, they would then buy it. Or maybe you don't even have to do it. They've already done the due diligence, right? They're gonna come to your website, or in our case, they're gonna take their car, come to a car wash and leave it there and buy our service. That's how it goes. So that's how people go from completely unaware of the problem to the most aware and making a purchase after that level. Now you might be asking, gee, this is all great, but how do I create content with this concept? With this ideology in mind, how do I approach YouTube? Now that you have this ideology in mind, you will not get confused or chaotic or overwhelmed by all these gurus, okay? Content creation is extremely simple if you think through content through the 5 levels of awareness. The next step would be creating content for all these types of avatars. For the first level, for someone who is not even aware of the problem, these are the content types you need to create content about. These are the content ideas. Number 2, problem aware. For the people who are now realizing that they have a problem, these are the content types you can attack so that you can reach these customers. Number 3, solution aware. These are the people who are now searching for the solutions, and these are the content types you need to create to target people in this space. Number 4, product aware. This is where people are comparing products. These are the content types you can actually go for if you want to reach people at this stage. Number 5, most aware. The people at this level, they just need a little nudge from the business to make the purchase. So this is where conversion happens. You nudge people to take an action. So these are the content types you can go for to make that happen. So that's it. But before you go, I want you to understand something. You need to create content for all 5 levels of these customers in these 5 awareness levels. If you try to create content on something else other than this, your lead quality decreases. Remember, there are 3 metrics that you should be obsessing over. Never forget that, okay? Number 1, audience alignment. You align your content with your ideal audience. Number 2, number of leads generated and their quality. Number 3, sales and revenue. You have to only focus on these 3 metrics. Forget about views, forget about everything else. You should be obsessing over these 3 metrics. I created this resource for you. The link is in the description if you want to download it and take a printout. I would highly suggest you to take a printout and keep it with you. Just keep looking at it, try to create content for all these 5 levels, and soon enough, things will start to click. It will make sense, I promise. In the next video, I'm gonna help you understand how to think through thumbnails and titles and have a simple design and simple title strategy and still attract the right people to your content. Stay tuned, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will answer them personally.